So my friend Sloan and I like decided right off the bat, like, we're going to see them at the airport. We have to. Like, I've never greeted an idol at the airport before, and I was like, okay, what better like chance to do it than for my alt group. And luckily we were the first stop, so it was pretty easy to figure out like when they flew in, since they were flying in from Korea to the airport. So that was like really easy. So we made a plan that we would go greet them the day before, since that's when they flew in, and I usually get to Chicago like a day early just to like hang out and like mentally prepare myself for the concert. So I set my alarm for, I want to say 5 in the morning on the 17th, and it didn't go off. So I like kind of half woke up and checked my phone, like, I don't know, just because I had this feeling. I was like, oh, it's getting like when I woke up I was like, it's kind of light out, it's not supposed to be this light. When I checked my phone it was 6 a.m. and I had to leave by like 6:45. I have never done my makeup so fast in my life, or like washed my hair, everything. I did like everything and left on time somehow. I think it was the power of my love for 17. No, I'm just kidding. My makeup probably looked terrible, but I was like, whatever, they're not gonna be close enough for me like to see my makeup anyway, so it's fine. We got to the airport around like 8:30 because we knew their plane was coming in around like 9:30, 9:45. And there was quite a few people there, but it was one of the most like civil airports like greetings I've ever seen. Chicago has a really good reputation for that in terms of being really calm and respectful when the idols come in, so I was super happy to be a part of another one that was extremely calm and respectful. We honestly waited like 2.5 hours, I want to say, because obviously, you know, 13 boys and their staff had to go through customs, get their luggage, all that kind of stuff. And it was so worth it. Because I have a broken foot and I'm in a wheelchair currently, we actually ended up being like not behind a barrier, but really close to security and some of their team that were waiting for them there. And during, like, while we were waiting, I had one of my Jihoon fans that I have like 3 of them. I had one of them that I got from a fan site in a slogan order, and I was just like holding it up. And one of the guys who was like with their team, he had like their pickup sign, that it had a diamond and it said pickup /17 in Hangul, which is really cute. And he saw my fan and he like looked at it, he's like, I like it. I'm like, thanks, he's my favorite. Who's your bias? You know, like joking around. He's like, oh, I'm not biased. I'm like, I think he should be your favorite kind of thing. And we were just like joking around with him and like security. They were all really, really nice, which I think made the experience even better. So eventually they did come out, and like I said, it was a really calm, like everyone was calm, respectful. We were all obviously super excited, but it was still like, you know, nothing like LA ever is for KCON or anything, you know, not to like slam you guys, but I saw those videos and I was like, oh my god. At least for like when 101 and them came in. So they came through and I was towards like the end, closer to the door where they would exit out of to go to their van. My heart had been racing for like a good hour before they even came out, and when they did come out it like was like like even faster. Like, that was 17 right in front of me. So of course recorded it, which I have a video that I'll be putting in to show you guys. It's, you know, it was only like 30 seconds, but it was like the best 30 seconds of my life because almost all the members like at least looked at me, if not interacted with me. Shut up! That was my Shut up! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hi! Hi Mingyu! Hi Saquon! Hi Joshua! Hi Scoop! Hi, where's Jihoon? Jihoon, hi! Hi June! Hi June! I love you! I know that for sure. Saquon waved because I have never seen anyone just so happy and bright in their life. Like, just watching the video, I'm still just like, what an angel. Scoops waved, Chan waved, June waved, and then of course Jihoon waved. Everyone was like making fun of me because I was like, Jihoon, where's Jihoon? Like, because I didn't see him because he's so small, and as soon as I said where's Jihoon, he like pops his head out and like waves over to me, and I was like, oh my god. And my friends were like, yeah, he didn't really wave to anyone else at the airport. And of course I was holding up like my little fan and everything, so I was like, oh my god. And a lot of them like did look at me if they didn't wave, which I didn't figure out until like I slowed my video down later. I saw that like Joshua looked at me, Jonghan looked at me, Minghao looked at me, I think Hoshi did at one point too, but like just to know that they saw me and knew I existed was like absolutely crazy to me. I don't know, like those are the people like I idolize, and I got to see them right in front of me. And if you didn't see, Chan was like super close to me. I was like, oh, like it was shocking. But no, I mean, they just seemed like really happy that people were there to greet them and that we did so in a respectful manner. So I was like, that was the highlight of my day. Honestly, probably the highlight of this, one of the many highlights of this trip. So yeah, we were just chilling at the mall, you know, shopping, walking around, getting food, you know, just relaxing, I guess, you know. I didn't really just want to sit in the hotel room. So, lo and behold, as if our luck couldn't get any better, we hear that Dino and Hoshi are in the mall, and we're like, what? Like, that's crazy. So like, yeah, we kind of looked for them just to get a glimpse and be like, they're real, even though we saw them at the airport. Like, we weren't gonna approach them. We weren't even gonna go like in a store if they were in it. Like, we just, you know, would have stayed back and been like, wow, they're real, you know. Like, I can't think of a carrot that wouldn't want to see them. But I guess people were following them and were getting really close to them and waiting outside stores, so they left. We're like, whatever, like, we didn't see them. We were like, whatever, that's fine. Like, we would rather have them be comfortable than seeing them for like a split second. So whatever, we just kind of went back to doing our thing. Well, when we're walking through, like, if you've ever been to Rosemont, there's like an upstairs and a downstairs. We're kind of walking around the upstairs, just casually like trying to like find a store to go look in, because again, we just didn't want to go back to the hotel yet because we were going to be there like all night. And we see Joshua, or one of their managers, walk into Prada, and I was like, you guys, that's Joshua. Like, that's Joshua right there. That's crazy, kind of thing. Again, we didn't go up to him, we didn't approach him. I just kind of like looked from a distance, kind of thing. Because my leg was hurting, I was on a scooter, I wasn't in my crutches. I was on like a knee scooter because my leg was hurting. I did go sit like in one of the chairs near there, but I wasn't like looking in the store like, hey, what's up? You know, like, because again, of course, you want to like at least be able to see them, kind of thing. So I was just sitting there. I was talking to Sloan. I was like, there might be another exit from Prada. I don't know. I've never been in there because I can't afford to go in there, kind of thing. And then he came out and I was like he was makeupless and looked like so good. And he's really like a lot darker than like fan site photos. I think a lot of fan sites whitewash him. He's not like super dark, he's not like Mingyu dark, but like really pretty glow. And you know, all I said was, hi Joshua, something like that. And he looked and he was like, hi, and that was it. He kept walking. I didn't follow him, we didn't do anything, that was it. I let him be. You know, like, I'm not gonna follow him around the mall, kind of thing, obviously, because I just respect them too much for that. But then when Sloan and I went down to get food, or no, I needed something to drink, she needed food. All of a sudden our friends Alex and Leilani like rushed down over to us, and I was like, what? Like, what are you freaking out about? Who's here now, kind of thing? And they're like, Joshua was just in line next to us at Starbucks. I was like, are you kidding? They're like, no, Alex got in line, and all of a sudden Joshua got in line, and I was like, what? I was like, Alex, did you say anything? He's like, no, I was too nervous. But Leilani said that she was excited to see him at the show, and he said, thank you, I'm excited too, kind of thing. So I was like, did he seem like annoyed or anything? You know, like I was worried that like maybe like having fans interact with him was too much, you know, like I'd feel really bad then. I'd be like, yeah, I would apologize at High Touch basically the next day for like saying hi to him, kind of thing. Like, you know, their like happiness, their boundaries, you know, is like more important to me than saying hi, kind of thing. And she's like, no, he seemed fine, like he seemed really happy. Even their manager was joking around with us. So I was like, okay, that's cool. So that was kind of an unexpected thing that happened. So the next day was concert day. We woke up early, got breakfast, got ready, kind of thing, went over to the venue around 2-ish, just because if you've seen my Fly in Chicago experience video, you kind of know already that Chicago like concerts, like waiting outside the venue beforehand is super fun. There's people giving out free stuff, there's like a dance party. It's just a great time. Like everyone's super social, friendly. So we go inside to get our wristbands for VVIP, for High Touch. And as soon as we walk in the theater, we were in like the lobby part. I heard Pretty You playing. And for a second, it didn't occur to me that that's them sound checking, like in the theater in front of us. So I was like, you know, I was just kind of like looking around, and then I looked at the security guard who was like next to us when we were waiting by the door for our turn to get the wristbands, and I was like, is that them in there? And he was like, no, this is the CD. And I was like, and then they started doing the yell for Pretty You, the hey, you know, the, for when they, you know what I'm talking about, I can't sing, can't dance kind of thing. So, and I was like, no, they don't do this on the album, this is live. And he was like, well, on my CD they do. Like, he cracked me up. Security was really awesome this time, by the way. So shout out to Rosemont. I know a lot of people have like an issue with their security. I had no issue. They were all like awesome, super understanding, you know, so go easy on them, guys. Like, if you're mature and respectful, they'll be mature and respectful. Anyway, we dropped our gifts off, which I forgot to say. Sloan and I collaborated and we got them a star. Like, we bought them a star in the sky and named it after them. And we got them a plot of land on the moon. So we had like really nice frames for the documents and everything. We put those like near the gift box, which was this like really tiny cardboard box. I was like, do they realize that like carrots are gonna go all out? Like, this isn't gonna be enough space, kind of thing. But anyway, we were listening to them sound check while doing this, and I was shook. I was like, guys, they're behind that door. They're behind that door and they're singing, what the hell, kind of thing. And Sloan was like, yeah, and you're gonna see them tonight too, like actually doing it in front of you. And that was like too much. I was like, so we got our wristbands and they started doing Adore You. And like, whenever I heard Jihoon's part, I was like, oh, that's him, that's him, that's him. Like,
I feel bad. I don't want you to have to do it. Why would you feel bad? Because
it was just too much for me. So after we got our wristbands, we got back in line by our friends and we started decorating my wheelchair. We had this planned for a while, that we were going to decorate it in rose quartz and serenity-ish colors. Obviously they don't have like rose quartz and serenity banners, but we got like baby blue and baby pink streamers and like wrapped it around my chair. We also had like little ribbons hanging off the handle, and I made signs for the side of my wheelchair, and one of them said slipped too hard into the diamond life, and the other said fell for Woozi. And I got a lot of compliments on those, and actually at one point, like one of their crew was going around like filming people and just like filming like the line and stuff, and they stopped and like zoomed in on me, and I was like, oh my god. And then someone was like, what if that's for going 17? And I was like, please don't be for going 17 kind of thing. Like, that's, like, obviously they saw it because I was in high touch, but you know, like, I couldn't imagine that being like in freaking going 17. I don't think it will be, because it's mainly them going 17. So yeah, the rest of the day we just like hung out. I talked to a lot of my friends. We got like free fans and stuff from the fan sites that were there. Yeah, it was just like a lot of fun just to hang out, talk to people. You know, I danced in my chair to the songs they were playing. Like, they did Adore You, and I was literally doing the whole dance right in my chair, obviously without the leg movements. Like, Creds are my favorite fandom. Obviously, they're my alt group, so they're gonna be my favorite fandom, but I've just never met nicer people in my life. So the doors open, and 17 are still on stage sound checking. And of course, earlier in the day, we found out it was likely because Hoshi was in the hospital and couldn't perform that night, that they had to like redo like a lot of their parts kind of thing. So I was like, oh no, like they're gonna be so tired having to like rehearse all day. But then once I got to our seat, I kind of forgot about it completely and started tearing up a little, because we were the first row behind pit. So pit is basically what the orchestra pit would be at any other like normal show. And there's 5 rows of it, but it's pretty squished together. And then we were the first row behind that. So I was like, I'll show you guys a picture of my view. Anyway, yeah, I teared up a little then. I cried a total of 6 times. Yeah, cried a total of 6 times, and that was one of them. So we'll keep track here. So the first one, teared up when I got to my seat and saw how close I was. Actually pretty much started right on time. Rosemont like was having trouble getting people in on time, which was like the only downfall I'd say of like the venue kind of. I've been to this venue a million times and that's usually never been an issue. So maybe they should have opened doors sooner, but anyway. Basically started right on time, maybe a couple minutes late because they were having issues with like the digital screen behind them. When we were like waiting and there was playing music video on the side like screens, that one would keep flashing like black, and I was like, you know, everyone would have a heart attack thinking they were finally about to come on stage. But it was like announced basically before they were coming on stage. They were like, all right, this is the real deal kind of thing. They opened with Pretty You, like the carnival version. You can hear me like scream in my video I have of it, like just absolutely losing my mind because they were right there, right in front of me, about to perform, and Jihoon was on my side, and I think I even screamed that in the video because, you know, obviously that's my man's. That's intense kind of thing. Pretty You, of course, was beautiful. I loved the carnival version. It was very similar, but like a little more jazzy is a good word for it. From Pretty You, they went into Beautiful, which for that one, like I love that song, and I also like love the choreography just because it's really cute. So that one I recorded just like a full-on fan cam of Jihoon basically, because he smiles a lot during that song, I've noticed, and you know, just the little dance is so cute, and I was like, okay, I need to record like just him. And it's so because I love his Prince outfit. Then they did Adore You, which is like one of my all-time favorite songs, even though it's like the first title track kind of thing. Like it just always has a special place in my heart. and it was even better live somehow. Of course, it was, you know, it sucked because Hoshi was missing, but they still did so good. Like, it did feel like someone was missing, but at the same time, they didn't let it affect them. And I think that speaks such volumes about them as performers and professionals. So yeah, Adore You, I literally was like going crazy during. Had their first Ment, which was basically introductions, even though pretty much all of us knew who they were, saying hello to everyone, and then they went straight into Still Lonely, which I was hyped about because I was like, what if they don't do it like here, because they didn't do it in Seoul, but they did it in Hong Kong kind of thing. So they did Still Lonely, which is one of my favorite songs. I don't even think I recorded during that song, just because, you know, there are certain songs where I'm like, I like this enough, but I like it to the point where I want to see it live. I don't want to like have to like try and hold my camera and like watch through the camera. But where we were, there was like a ledge, so I could literally like put my phone up and record and still watch without having to look through the camera. So that was as if my view wasn't good enough already, right? Then they went to Very Nice. Again, I think I only recorded a little bit of it because I wanted to see that dance with my own two eyes. One of my favorite choreographies. And you know, I was just blown away by the energy they had. These guys had an 18, 14, something like that, hour flight from Korea the day before. Most of them went out and about around Chicago, have been rehearsing all day, and they still can perform with such like energy and passion. Like, I was amazed. Kind of made me tear up a little then too, thinking about that. So we're at 2 right now. Then it went into Swimming Pool, like without like any warning. Like, the other members left, and it was the 3 performance members left on stage and went into Swimming Pool. And it was hard to watch without Hoshi, but again, it didn't seem to faze them. If it did, like, I wouldn't have known. And like, Ming Hao's smile during that performance, I think that's something that's always gonna be like stuck and embedded in my brain, because he just looked so happy. Like, especially during his part in the chorus, just so happy, like performing his heart out, and I was like, you deserve the world, like, as he always deserves the world, but you know, that kind of made me really emotional. Then there was a VCR which showed like their middle school pictures. It was so cute. I remember seeing, whose was it? Someone's, I want to say it was Wan Wu's. I was like, I don't recognize you at all, kind of thing. And of course, so you know, they had like the school set up on stage and went into Monse, which we got to hold those banners up during. My friend Leilani and Christina did a banner project that I suggested the lyrics for, you know, basically, that said, "We will always be by your side." Diamond Night Chicago 2017, it had their colors, you know, and we all held those up during Monse, just because we knew that was gonna be a song they performed, basically. So we held those up, and they definitely noticed, which was exciting. And then they went into Boom Boom, I believe, which of course was awesome. Yes, it was Boom Boom, because I remember I didn't record much of the song, because again, I wanted, you know, I didn't want to record everything, but I did record Dino's rap like part after the breakdown, because that is one of my favorite parts ever in any song, especially the dance too. And I remember just like filming it and like screaming my lungs out. I think I put it on Snapchat, but like, I was just like, yes, Dino, fuck it up, kind of thing. So that was fun. And then there was a second Ment, and it was just Vernon and Dino, while the others got ready for their unit stages. They kind of just talked to us a little bit. We filmed something for Going 17. They taught us how to say Annyeong as if we didn't know how to say it already, but it was cute. So they filmed that. which didn't take long, and then we went into vocal unit stage. Oh my lord. So they come out in like their black outfits, you know, looking stunning, and I'm like, this is not real. They're not real. And the first song they did was We Gonna Make It Shine, the 2017 version. Third time I cried, because that, like, it's just so beautiful. Their voices are so raw, kind of thing. And then they went into Don't Listen in Secret with the vampire like set, the vampire version, which thank God. I was so worried they weren't gonna do that version here. Fourth time I cried. You know, obviously I'm a huge vocal unit stan, so there's nothing to say other than wow. Wow. That's it. That's all I gotta say. And then they went, and after that it was hip hop unit. I just gotta take a second here because hip hop unit killed it. The first song they did, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce it. I'll put it like in the description below because I don't want to butcher it, even though I can read Hangul. I just don't want to butcher it. But my mouth, like this, the whole, like half the performance, I was just, the energy they performed with, I was like, what? And then they went into check-in, which of course I was still amazed by it, but the first one they went so hard. The one where Vernon says shut the fuck up in the song, again, not gonna try and pronounce the song name, but wow. Literally, my, like, Sloan will verify that my mouth was just like the whole time. Then it was performance unit, and they did OMG and Highlight. I was never a big, like, I didn't hate OMG, but it just like wasn't one of my favorites. I can say that it definitely like went up on my list after seeing it live. Because again, the energy they performed it with, their choreography, I was just like, what? Dino especially was going so hard. It was so great. Highlight, of course, you know, I wish it would have been OT4. It was purchased, you know, OT4 -1. But still, they still killed it. Then there was another VCR, I don't remember what it was. I think it might have been just the Diamond Edge VCR that they posted, like, for us. And then it went into Crazy in Love, except during the intro, Zhang Han came out early, and we were like, what's going on? There's literally, it's just him on stage. And then all of a sudden he goes back, like you see him in my video go back, and I was like, what is going on? And then so him and Wanwu come out eventually, and they start the song, and I was like, oh, I've never seen a version where it's just them to start on stage. And all of a sudden, like the Scoops and a couple others, Scoops and a couple others come on stage, and I noticed Scoops is just cracking up, and I'm like, so something went wrong here, but it didn't even matter. They played it off so professionally. So Crazy in Love was amazing. It's one of my favorite songs. The dance, just everything. I was like, and it's my ringtone. Then my eye. I was not expecting my eye. I was like, if they do it, it's gonna be during the performance unit set. And I didn't really like pay attention to the set list for Hong Kong super much, like the order anyway. So when I heard the like intro music, I started slapping my friend Sloan. I was like, oh my god. And then yeah, all of a sudden there's Ming Hao and June on stage. Seeing that live, like, it's one of my favorite songs, but I was like, bye. I'm gonna speed this up just because I'm taking forever. Then it was Habit. I cried then. I cried during Habit because it's one of my favorites, so we're up to 5 now. If I, they did another Ment and then did a Rock Chuck medley almost. Like, it wasn't a medley where they were combined, but they went in from Rock to Chuck like immediately. 2 of my favorite songs, so I was, oh my god. Then they did another Ment. I'm like looking at a set list. They did another Ment, basically saying bye, this is our last song, and they did Don't Wanna Cry. Psych. Of course there was an encore, and it was Shining Diamond and Healing. And the VCR after Don't Wanna Cry was when I really cried, ironically, because it was Letters to Creds. And it was basically them telling us what we meant to them, how much they loved us, kind of thing. And oh yeah, I was like bawling my eyes out just because like it hit me then. Like, well, obviously just hearing those words about us, but then it also hit me like, wow, they really love us like so much, and it made me emotional. But I realized I didn't talk about any interactions I got during the concert, so I'll like go through those quick. I'll save the best for last, I guess. At one point, like when, I don't remember whose ment it was, I think it might have been Jonghan's, when he like paused, I like really quickly went like, Sungkwan! Like it was like a yell whisper kind of thing, because I was close enough for him to hear it, and he looked, and I just gave him like a finger heart, and he gave me 2 back, and he went like that, and I was like, oh my god, you're the cutest human alive. Sung Chol like waved at me and Sloan and like made a face, like a funny face, and I cracked up and I like waved back. Jonghan waved to me, Dino waved to me, Mingyu and June were looking at me and Sloan like a lot. Like I think they may have recognized us from the airport or something, but like I have a video of the ending ment, and like I move my camera every time like I notice June staring at us, and that's when he'd look away, and I was like, really?
여러분 덕분에 너무나도 행복한 하루였습니다.
It was really a grateful day because of you guys today.
진짜 처음부터 끝까지 너무 응원 소리가 커가지고 너무나도 힘을 많이 얻고 왔나요?
Because Florida Paris, did you guys have fun today?
Like I know that sounds delusional, but like my friend can also be like, yep, that happened, kind of thing. And so then we have Jihoon. I brought my Jihoon slogan that I bought from one of the fan sites, and I basically like held it up during all the talking parts. I didn't hold it up during the show because that's just a shitty thing to do. So I would hold it up during the talking parts, I'd like wave it around, I'd be like, Jihoon, Jihoon. Well, he'd look. Oh, he'd look. But he'd just look. Like as soon as I got his attention, I'd start waving, you know, I'd be like, hi, kind of thing. He just kept staring. I was like, okay. So, you know, I did that like a couple more times, and again, he'd just stare at me. Just stare at me. And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool because you're looking at me, but why can't you just wave, kind of thing. So at one point I must have gotten like visibly annoyed because all of a sudden he just smirks and then looks away, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, you're such a tease. I was like, I've never been upset at Jihoon before, but like just the thought of him like getting joy out of teasing me is really cute, and then also really angering. Like he did that on purpose. There's no other way I can explain it. I have like tons, not tons, but I have quite a few photos where you can see him staring at me too, and I was like, you're really gonna do this, aren't you? So yeah, overall, amazing show. Like, best performance I've ever seen. I know I'm biased, but nobody can come close to that performance and that concert. Like, I'm still, like, I was so in shock after the show and just so amazed that like I could barely freaking like process my thoughts. So then the show ends, sadly, but then I'm like, oh crap, we still have High Touch. And last time for Monsta X, I was in my wheelchair as well, and they made me go first. And that was like, being the first fan they see is very, 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 very intimidating to me. And I like alt 17. I stay in Monsta X, but I don't alt them. This is my alt group, so I was like, oh my god, here we go, kind of thing. Yep, I had to go first because I was in the wheelchair. So I was just like sitting up there by the doors, like super nervous with everyone else lined up behind me. And one of the girls is like, are you nervous? I'm like, yeah, I'm nervous. Like, I've never had like such anxiety over doing a High Touch before. Like, I've been super excited for other ones, but I've never had like such butterflies. Anyway, to keep things on the shorter side, I go in and I don't see anyone at first. Like I go into the back room where we've done high touches before. I don't see anyone because last time they were on the right side. This time they're on the left side. So it was like as soon as I'm wheeled in, like past the, like there's like a post, Dino was right there. I was like, oh my goodness, hello. And that's all I managed to say. Like I wrote down what I said and like what happened to all of them because it's still like, so I feel like some of it I blank out on when I'm talking about it because I'm like, that really happened. So Dino, he's so cute. Like I'm gonna give you guys a description of all the members for your sake. So cute, glowing, just his smile. I was like, you're so cute. I'm like, obviously he's grown a lot, but he's still super cute in my eyes. All I managed to say was hi to him because, you know, like I said, all of a sudden he's right there. I was like, hello. Joshua was after him, and, you know, if I thought he was pretty, you know, a couple, like, a ways away at the mall, being even up close, more up close, I was like, again, just glowing, so pretty, just has the most beautiful, like, natural resting face, too. And I was like, oh my god. But I told him about our gift. I said, my friend Sloan and I got you a star and a plot of land on the moon because you're our entire galaxy. I hope you like it. And he was just like, oh wow, thank you. And like, you know, his smile got bigger and I was like, how am I gonna do the rest of high touch? They're all so pretty and they're smiling and looking at me. This isn't cool kind of thing. Mingyu was after him. Like I knew he was tall, but like being in a wheelchair, he's even taller. So gorgeous. He had that smile on, you guys, but like as soon as I reached him, I was like, someone get me out of here. I can't do this. Like my heart was mush. And at this point, like my chair had gotten like stuck on something, like because they were behind a barrier and it had gotten like stuck on one of the legs. And so like Sloan and I like, you know, move a little to go around it, and Mingyu reaches over the barrier to try and help. That really happened. Mingyu tried to help me. Like, what a freaking angel. I think what did I say to him? I think I just said like, I love you, and he squeezed my hand and just like nodded, and I was like, oh my god, I still have other members to go through. Sun Quan was after him, and Sun Quan's my number 2, so I was super pumped. I was like, ah! And I just love his infectious personality and stuff. So he was grinning as soon as I got there, and I was like, I said to him, like, you're so beautiful, you're so flawless, I love you so much, kind of thing. And he like smiled really big, and like, you know, like he didn't like squeeze my hand, but he was kind of like I don't know, like brought our fingers closer together, and he was like, thank you, and like just so sincere and genuine. As Scoops, y'all, I was almost speechless. I had to like remind myself to talk because I looked from Sun Quan to S Scoops, and he's smiling at me and looking at me with those big beautiful eyes, and his smile in person, you guys, is even prettier somehow, like just stunning. Like looking into the sun, it's like but you can't look away. And so I said to him, I was like, thank you so much. You know, that's like all I said, I think, even though I wanted to say more. I was just like, you know, man, lucky I got anything out. And he thanked me. He's like, thank you. And I was like, I didn't do anything though. Like, but I couldn't even think about it for too long because Jihoon was after him. And I still just get like goosebumps thinking about it because like I looked into his eyes and he looked into mine and we held hands, and I literally said, you are the most beautiful man inside and out. I love you so much. And he just had his little cat smile on, but it grew bigger. It was like his wide little cat smile. And he did his eye smile, and he said, thank you. And it was like kind of quiet. Like, you know, he's obviously more of a quiet person, but I still heard it, and it just felt like, I was like, oh my god, he knows how I feel now. He knows he's special to me, and you know, I felt like I was on cloud 9, except I was still shaking because I was like, that is my ult. I just met my ult of ults, and he's even more beautiful in person. His hands were so soft, he was glowing, and still looked amazing after performing for 2 hours. Wanwoo was after him. I don't remember a lot because I was still like, over Jihoon, but I remember he has like pretty small hands. Like obviously they're a little bigger than mine, but like for his size, I was like, I feel like your hands should be bigger. But he was just like very calm and like delicate, and I don't remember what I said to him. I don't know if I even said anything to him. I feel bad now. June was after him, and this was like kind of awkward, at least for me. I said "Sanghaeyo" to him, and then I kind of paused for a minute because I was like, yeah, you speak Korean, but technically it's not your first language. Why did I say this to you? I think I'm still in shock from Jihoon. I didn't say that. That was my internal monologue. But he just like stares at me again for like a solid like 2 seconds before he was like, thank you. And I was like, okay. And then, you know, I'm trying to process this. And Vernon was next. My tweet about meeting him got like a lot of retweets because I think a lot of people found it funny, because even I did, but it was also really adorable. I get up to him, and before I can even say anything, he's like, hi, I'm Vernon. And I was like, you know, it took me aback for a second. I was like, yeah, you are. I didn't say that, but I was like, yes, you are Vernon. I think I know you, kind of thing. But I just said, I love you, kind of thing. But I thought it was really just adorable how he like introduced himself. I was like, you're so weird, but so cute. Like, Vernon's my son, basically. So I was pretty happy about that interaction. Seokmin was next. DK. Sorry, I don't know if everyone knows their real names. I feel bad now. I think I must have been blinded by his beauty because I don't remember a whole lot other than seeing his smile and just like melting again, like I did with S-Scoops. And it was just so genuine again. And I was like, can I just like stand here and stare at this all day? Because his face is art. I think I just probably said like thank you or I love you or something like that. Jonghan was after DK, and he seemed like a lot more tired than the others, but still cheerful, you know, happy to be meeting Creds kind of thing. I think I just said I love you to him because at this point I'm like, oh my god, I just met like 11 members. This is insane kind of thing. Like, it was starting to sink in that it was real, and I was starting to just be like, and then Minghao was last, and you guys, he glows. Like, they all kind of glow, but him especially. I was like, oh boy, like, you are so pretty. And so like we like hugged hands kind of thing, and I said, thank you so much for coming, your performance was incredible. And he just lit up. He was like, thank you so much. And I was like, of course, do you want me to record this so you can hear it all the time? Because you deserve to hear it. And then we had to like turn around, which was kind of cool because I got to see the members again because I couldn't go up the stairs that were right there, obviously. So I got to get a sneak peek at the members again, which was cool, but obviously they weren't looking at me because people were in front of them, but I still got to get one last glimpse. And surprisingly I didn't cry after High Touch. I think I was still in shock, like I said, still trying to process it. I did cry a lot Saturday. I was like, I miss them, I want to see them again. Like, PCD has been too real. Thank you guys for watching. If you managed to stick through all of this, that's like incredible. I didn't know like how much to talk about. I was like, I feel like they want to hear about all the members and how pretty they are and just how beautiful and special they are, but I was like, bitch, no one's gonna watch like a 30-minute video, but maybe some people will, and if you did, thank you so much. If you ever want to talk about 17, like, my DMs are open, you know, whatever. I'm here for it. I'm here for Creds because I love this fandom. And if you guys have like an awesome Diamond Edge experience, you should definitely like leave a comment down below because I love hearing about people's experiences and like just being genuinely happy for people. Okay, I think that's it. I don't really know how to end videos. I feel like I should be like, say the name. Okay, bye guys.